class. Today is the second episode of the in-class learning. Yesterday, we did a podcast. I did a podcast on the pre-classroom learning, which I've shared the video to you. So we've gone through the video. You've looked at the podcast. You've read about the podcast about internal audit, first, second party, and third party audit. Now, today is the second part where we are doing in classroom learning, where we are going to look at some of the case studies of the first party, second party, and third party. In this case, we are going to do, it's a discussion mode. We are going to discuss some of the case studies related to the video that you have read. Then at the end of the session, then we'll just look at it, compare the differences between the total online class and then the flip class. So this is a flip class whereby part of the content have been put into podcast which we have read. So today we are doing the second part, which is in classroom, just a group discussion and then about the case studies. So now today we have the first party case study, which is company overview. Now, let's say company X is a mid-sized UK higher education institution conducted a first party audit of its school of computing to evaluate compliance with internal quality standard, readiness for upcoming external review, and alignment with the university teaching, learning and assessment framework. So this is a company's overview. Now, the purpose of the audit is to confirm programs meet internal and national quality expectation. So that is the university. The purpose of the audit is to, meet internal and external quality expectation, review assessment consistencies and moderation. Then also thirdly, to identify what we call as the risks before upcoming institutions review, support continuous improvement of teaching and learning. So this is the case study. When you look at the second part now of this case study on front of you, you realize that we have planning, because before you have to run the first party case study or first party, you have to plan. So the planning, as you've read or you've seen in the video, the podcast, we have the planning, we have opening meeting, and then we have the scope of the audit, which is telling you where you are, the boundaries they are meeting, where you are, where and what that you have to include. So here we have the planning. So audit plan, audit schedule and checklist were prepared by the university, notifications sent to the department. So anytime you're going to carry out an internal audit or it's an institution, what they do is they have to prepare a schedule and a checklist. Secondly, they have to notify the department where they are going to audit. Then thirdly, previous audit report from what they have done previously. They have to check whether everything has been closed, corrective actions closed or not. Then opening meeting. So the opening meeting will also talk about the objectives, the scope, and the methodology explained. That will be explained in the opening meeting. That this morning we are going to do an internal audit in this area or these areas, and this and this and this is going to be done. So we try to give the methodology, how we are going to audit, the way we are going to follow the process. Then go to the scope. The scope, where is it going to cover? So this one is saying 3 undergraduate programs: cybersecurity, and then CS, cybersecurity, software engineering. So it's going to cover that. Then a model document assessment. So these are the documentation that they need. And then student feedback, staff qualification, and CPD, that continuous progress development. Then we have learning resources and lab facilities. Then the method is what method? Is it documentation review? Are we going to use document? Because when you are doing audit, you have to look at the document, like we do traceability. Staff interviews, you have to interview some of the staff, like we also interview people on the floor. Student focus groups, you meet a group of people, you ask them questions. So you also met a student, they ask them questions. Classroom observation, how are they looking at the people? Do they understand it? What are they doing? What they are doing in class? Sampling of market assessment. So then these are the findings that they have got. So the findings are clear the conformities. Now, anytime you run an audit, you don't just go straight away and say, now these are the non-conformances straight away. No, you have to let the the person that you are auditing knows that even though they are non-conformances, there are also good things in the factory, which are the conformances. So you go through the conformances. So here they said clear learning outcomes aligned with benchmark, which is a good thing that they found. Strong digital learning environment, which is a good thing. Higher student satisfaction with report. Then robust moderation and external examiner engagement. So those are the things that they have seen. Now then they come back to the other side, which is the non-conformance. So the non-conformance is a slow feedback turnout from in some modules. So students are not giving feedback, whether they understand it, they don't understand it. Then secondly, variable feedback quality, outdated cyber security lab equipment, incomplete CPD records for part-time staff. So these are the non-conformances that they read from the internal audit. Then when we come to the corrective actions to we have what to call introduce centralized feedback tracking system, staff training on effective feedback. Then we have what to call business case for laboratory equipment upgrade, mandatory and CBD reporting. So now after that they've got the corrective actions, because they gave them a non-conformance, they put them a corrective actions. Then they have to do a follow-up. So you follow up to go and see what you have raised, whether it has been covered. And 6-month follow-up, then a monthly progress from the company, from the school, from the university to see that they are following what they are supposed to be doing. Student representative also included in the monitoring so that they can monitor. Then audit outcome. So school largely compliance with the internal audit. So even though they've got some non-conformances, at the end of the day, they are still compliance. That doesn't mean that they failed everything, no. Then well positioned for external review once improvements are completed. So now this is an internal audit or first party audit by a university has conducted. So this is how it is. So once we have the postcard I have read about first party, this is an example of how a first party occurs in an organization. You can have it in different organizations. So this is the way it occurs. It's not all the time taking you can take a section of the university, audit it. You can take a whole of the university, audit it. You can take a part of programs and audit it. So within your own company. So that's what we call a first party audit. I think I'm clear.
Yeah.
Any question? No question. Okay. So let's look at the third party audit. Now, I've just taken the first party, and the third party is similar to the second party audit. So I decided to use the second party audit as another case study. Now, the third party audit is a company XYZ Limited. Is a medium-sized beverage manufacturer aiming to strengthen its environmental reputation and reduce carbon emission. To demonstrate commitment to sustainability, the company needs 6 certification from independent sustainability standards such as ISO. So they invited an external independent certification body known as the EcoCert. So the EcoCert auditing company, they are going to audit the XYZ. Like they are still coming to audit us, so they are going to audit. Now these are objectives: to assess company XYZ compliance with the environmental standard. To evaluate effectiveness of the system, and then for management, for waste management, energy use, and carbon reduction. Then the last one is to verify continuous improvement in the sustainability performance. So this is what the third party case study is, and where are they going to audit? EcoCert, where are they going to audit? They said waste management recycle, energy management and reduction initiative, waste consumption control, chemical and hazardous waste, supply environmental performance, environmental risk assessment, and then sustainability KPI. Those are the places, those are the areas that they are going to audit. Yeah. Then, so now the conclusion of the audit. They've audited the company, third party. So these are the conclusion. EcoVet concluded that company XYZ sustainability management system is effectively implemented with minor issue to correct. The company is recommended for certification subject to closing to non-conformance. So the moment you close the non-conformance within 30 days, then you will be satisfied with ISO 14,001. So that is an example of a third-party audit. So the third-party audit is a party audit, which is an independent auditing, whereby an independent auditor from maybe an audit service company who come and audit a company or institutions and then provides a response or a response for provides a report, and that report, based on that report, will tell whether you'll be satisfied or not. So that is an example of a third-party audit. Now here, in order for us to know whether we understand the third-party audit, I put in what we call a knowledge check questions. Now, one of the questions is to see whether if we really understand. There's no right or wrong here. So we all dialogue. So what is the purpose of the third-party sustainability audit? What is it? Somebody is running the third-party, or we are going to audit somebody under third-party sustainability audit. What is the purpose of it?
Just to check whether they are doing things in a right way or not.
Okay. Why do we?
If our system is working according to the standard or not.
Yeah, so, okay, that's also good. It's also okay. So you can read that they are trying to be audited as a third party on sustainability, ISO 14,001. So one of the purpose is they want to attain a certification for ISO 14,001. So that's it. You are all correct. So they want to, so because of that, all the processes, everything, they have to meet all the criteria. It's a name to environmental processes that were audited at company XYZ. You can check your this XYZ. They audited 2 processes.
Okay.
If you look at it, there's a processes
Waste
there.
management and
Waste management.
And
they audited 2 environmental processes.
energy management.
Waste management and energy management. That's what they have audited. Now look at the second one. The second one is that how should company XYZ address the issue of incomplete waste management? So they have incomplete waste management. How should they address it?
They should follow a record, like how they're disposing the waste in a proper way.
Okay.
After disposing all the waste, they should check whether they have disposed in a wrong place or a correct place.
Okay.
That's
All right.
the thing.
Good. Yeah. Any answer from you, Sharon?
They should review their waste management procedure.
Yeah, they should review the waste management procedure, which is good because maybe the waste management procedure they say once a year, once this, once that. So when they review it, then they can be able to do it. That's correct. Now look at the third one, which is analysis question. Explain why supplier environmental performance is important for a company aiming for sustainability certification. Supplier environmental performance. Why is it important?
Maintains company standards.
Okay, maintain company standard. Any contribution?
Not sure.
Okay. Yeah. So why it's important? Because environmental performance is one of the key. This is when you want to attain 14,001. Your environmental performance must be great. So that is why the company SYS, the supplier environmental is very, very important. It's certification. It's one of the core this thing, because environmental performance, that's we talk about waste, talk about energy, talk about everything. So they are all under the performance. Okay. The last question, they said reflection. Why is an independent third party body better suited to assess sustainability performance than an internal auditor?
One thing is the third party is having a recognized platform, and second thing, maybe it might not be biased. Like
Okay,
it's
so yeah, that's it. So the third party, because we have to use an independent person, who's a third party body. A third party, or you have to use an independent person so that the person will not be biased. The person will be, how do you call it? Yeah, focus, because the person will not be able to compromise. So that's the reason why we use a third party, an independent party. So I think, yeah, that will bring us to the end of the session. So this is just a group discussion of the, how do you call it, the first party, second party, third party audits. And then once you have read the or watched the podcast, anytime you don't understand, you can still go back again, read the video, and go back and read. So at least it takes some load off you. And then, yeah. So thank you very much. But I'll need a feedback from you. Now, when we compare this scenario, which the one we did, the micro session class that we did before, where we taught everything from the beginning to the end. Now we've splitted it, we've flipped it such a way that I've done the podcast, which covers some section of it. And now in class here is only to discuss the audits, we discuss case studies and the rest. So how do you compare that one with the other one that we did last?
In my opinion, if I could focus more on the practical use of the internal like first party, second party, third party audit while we were discussing the case study. The practical use was more easy to understand when I had previously known the things in the podcast. It was better focusing now. And better understanding.
You?
And for me as well, it's better to be in person, and knowing about the audit is a better way of understanding.
All right. So is that all that you can? That's it. Okay. Thank you very much for coming. It's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you. And I hope you read it and then you understand it.
Yeah,
Thank you very
yes.
much.